Good day, everyone. I was going to say good morning. I don't know what time you're listening to this, but whatever time you're listening to this, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Kobe and Kukwa podcast with my lovely wife, Kukwa.
Hello.
All right, before we get started, I got a quick thing. All right, I got something, a few questions for you. Just want to challenge you a little bit and just pick your mind. You ready?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to ask you the questions and you answer it.
Okay.
I just want to see how you answer it.
Can I Google it?
Google what?
The answers.
No, it's not like.
Oh, what, they're
answer
personal
that.
questions?
Yeah, personal questions. Like,
Okay,
I just want to know how you think. All right,
How
so
I
first, yeah. Well, I already kind of know. Firstly, wait, high five for the remember we had the wedding thing. What is it? We went to a wedding.
I'm
guys.
so confused.
No, wait, we went to a wedding and then we were not randomly, but it was planned. But to us, it was random, and we were picked to do like, how well do you know your spouse?
Yeah.
And the DJ came to me and was like, "Oh, how confident are you?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll ace this.
Yeah.
We'll be fine." And then turns out we got all the questions right.
Yeah. I was actually quite confident as well because I feel like we know each other. You know what it is? I also think like we do ask a lot of questions about each other.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
talk too much.
No, I'll take that as a good thing. Yeah, but we do ask ourselves quite a lot of questions. So I was quite confident.
Yeah, I was like, and the questions. Well, I don't know if it was easy because, well, to us it was easy because.
But you know what? Even before we
like,
get in, there's this question that they asked. They were going to ask about who was your childhood crush. Remember?
Yeah,
And then-
we've never spoken about that one.
I know, but he just chucked it out because I was like, oh, these guys are pastors, so you can't ask
Oh,
such
right, yeah,
questions.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, ask me. Let's go for it.
All right. So first question.
Okay.
You ready? Would
Ready.
you rather have your partner tell you what they want as a gift or surprise them?
I'm confused. Would I want
Would you rather me tell you what I want as a gift, or would you rather you surprise me?
Oh, please tell me.
Really? Why?
Because you're hard to surprise. Like, what am I going to buy for you that'll surprise you? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. What am I going to buy for you that'll surprise you?
What would you get for me as a gift? Because I know.
It would be
I know
something
for-
techie. 100%.
I know for a fact I am good at gifts.
Yeah, you are.
I am
Yeah.
very, very good at gifts.
You are.
If we
Yeah.
had a competition about who's king,
Of course. But you should it's cool, but it's fine because you're not fussed with gifts. So then it doesn't make it a problem in our relationship, if that makes sense.
yeah,
If your love language was gifts and I didn't know how to pick good gifts, then that'll be frustrating.
yeah,
You don't really care for gifts, so it works out perfectly.
yeah.
In my
Gifts
defense.
is not my thing.
In my defense, yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
So, would you rather go to the theater or the movies as a couple?
it depends on what day it is.
What do you mean?
If it's like a fancy outing, then yeah, definitely theater. But if it's like let's just go do something quickly, yeah, let's go to the cinema.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, last question, and I want to discuss this after. Would you rather,
Mm-hmm.
cook for your significant other?
So this case you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
would
say
you
me.
rather, Would you rather cook for me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or would you rather I cook for you?
Oh, you cook for me
Really?
because naturally I do cooking. So
No. I'm talking about if we had
Huh?
to choose from now till forever.
oh no, I'll cook for you. No.
Really? If you
Yeah.
had the chance to say that I would never have to cook again.
If it had to be a third person, yeah, I would say someone else should cook for us. Like we'll hire a chef. But if it's like in our home, 100% I'll do the cooking.
Okay, now
Like I wouldn't want the cooking to be your responsibility, not because you're not good at it, but just because I do it well too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now this is the reason why I wanted to mention it,
yeah,
because one of the things that we do a lot
yeah,
is cook together.
yeah. We do. Yeah,
We
yeah.
do a lot.
But it wasn't always like that though.
It wasn't always like that. It was,
I remember the first day I asked you to
oh,
cook.
my days.
Your response was like, it felt like I had asked you to, like I'd punished you or something.
No, it was not like that. Don't.
Okay, so what was it?
Pardon? The first
Every
time
time you say pardon.
mean, the first
Listen, guys, let me just tell you. Whenever Pastor Kobe says pardon, it means that he doesn't know the answer. He has to think about it.
No.
Or he's lying. I know that for sure.
Listen, let me tell you
Okay.
something. Yeah, you asked me
Mm-hmm.
to cook for you, and like I don't mind cooking, and I have done cooking before, and I'm all right with cooking as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'm
not
saying
bad. Like
cooking
you're a
is not
good
bad
cook.
at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I didn't mind it, but that was actually one of the first times that you had mentioned to me that you would love for me to have
Like
do
to
the
cook.
cooking often and not just on
Yeah.
special occasions. And that was the difference. So when you brought it up,
Hold up. I didn't say often.
what do you mean? No, like more often, like not like most of the
No,
time.
at the time I asked you, you had okay.
No,
Let me
no,
say
no.
you had never.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even.
Let me not say you had never cooked, but I could count on my 5 fingers how many times you had cooked. And it wasn't even like I was
that's
asking
because
you
you
out.
asked me, like, oh, like it wasn't even. It was like, oh, can you do it? And I'm
But
like,
did you ever wonder why I asked you though?
pardon?
Did you ever
No,
wonder
and
why I
this is
asked
what I'm
you?
talking about. Don't like the women do that a lot. Don't ask me questions and have meanings underneath the questions. Like just ask the question. Just say, "Oh, babe, I would love it if," because as soon as you did that, we were on it, and I was like,
I'm
"Okay,
so lost right now. What's going on?
no," because you're asking me,
Uh-huh.
how do you wonder why I ever asked you? And I'm
But
supposed to,
babe,
and what you're trying to tell me is you should decode the question. This is what this is what I dislike. You should because it's not just
babe,
because
you should know this by now,
it's not just a
okay?
question.
No,
It's a
babe.
question with a meaning inside. It doesn't just mean that I'll love if
Babe,
we cook one
you
time.
should
But
know this by now. If I want you to do something for me, how do I ask you?
I don't know. Sometimes you ask. Sometimes you.
How do I ask?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You see, that's how I talk to you all the time. I always say, do you mind doing this for me? So anytime I say, babe, do you mind taking this to the bedroom? In other words, I'm saying,
No, but like
please take it to the bedroom.
that's what I'm saying.
But I ask you because I don't want it to feel like I'm instructing you. So I'm very careful about how I ask you to do stuff. So I always say, do you mind?
What
So
I'm
me saying, let's just go back to the point because right now we're digressing. We're digressing.
What I'm saying is,
No, you don't
No,
need to
let me-
explain
let me
yourself. No, please don't. Don't explain yourself. Let's just go back. I'm just asking you, did you ever wonder why I asked you if you would like to do like a bit of the cooking at home?
no.
Okay.
I thought maybe basic.
She needs help.
She needs help. She's tired.
And
She
that
can't be
really
bothered.
was it. That really was it. Underlying factor. That really was it. I just needed a bit of help.
No, but then like I out of that I
Is it? It's okay. Let's just move on.
no, I'm just saying
Okay.
this is for like in general.
Okay.
Tell me, like people should tell if you've got a husband, if you got a husband, you got a boyfriend, you're looking to get married,
Mm-hmm.
be straightforward. Don't
But women are not wired like that.
it's
We're not like that.
it doesn't mean
We
you
have
say
to.
like that.
We're not. Listen, if you ask a man to go to the shops, even you, sometimes I ask you to get me something from the shops. You go straight to the aisle. You're
And
looking
get it
for
straight away.
exactly. But we're just wired to explore. So when I go to the shop, even though I'm going to get red peppers, I would walk through the other aisles to see what's new in the shop. Maybe I might need something else that we don't have at home, or I might see something like, oh, this could be of use. You never know. So you can't. We're just not wired like that. You can't ask a woman to be direct. I think women are not direct. Men are direct. Let's accept that difference and let's keep it pushing. Thank you very
Listen,
much.
just be direct.
We're not.
If you want me to cook more often, just say cook more often, please. Because it
Yeah,
became
but then that sounds like giving you an instruction, though.
it's not an instruction. It's just telling me what you'd like, and I'd love that.
Ugh.
Oh, babe, I would love for you to be doing the cooking a lot more often. I didn't put up a fight with that. I was just like, okay, cool.
Fair
Like,
point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
So just be open, guys. Be open. Open up your
Okay.
hearts. Be direct.
Please
Just
don't
say the
think.
thing, and then we'll do the thing. Anyway,
I'll try.
but yeah. So right now, what we've done on purpose
Mm-hmm.
is to be cooking together,
Yeah.
and it it's not just because it shares the burden or anything like that, but it's a matter of just spending time together.
It's good
It-
family time.
Yeah, because
Because the
we
girls are
don't-
also around when we're
yeah,
cooking.
we don't
Yeah.
get too much time together. So when we do get the time,
Yeah,
cooking
that's
is
true.
a good thing.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, the way our lives are wired, like, I would like to say we're, in the grand scheme of things, we're probably not as busy as certain people might classify the word busy,
Yeah.
but we are actually quite busy people. And I've even found, look at us, like, we're sitting in our living, and the only time we've sat down in our living this long is to record a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't even get the chance to, like, actually sit
and watch a
down
movie.
and
I
watch a
bought- I
movie
bought-
and just
I bought
talk.
a big TV. I got
Like,
like a
we
good
just
quality
don't
one.
have
I
the
just-
time.
I've watched like 3 movies on it for like the past. How long have we
I
had
can't
it?
even,
6
like,
months.
I've never watched a movie on this TV. Like,
Oh, we have.
have we?
Yeah, but it was for the girls.
But even the mere fact that we have to think about it, do you know what I
It
mean?
was one for the girls. We put it on for the girls, and then
Yeah.
we were just kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like hanging on.
So, like,
think
it just
it was
goes to
Aladdin or
show
something.
that, what?
I think it was Aladdin or something. So one of the
I can't even remember. It was just something that we just left playing. But it's because we're very, very busy, we decide to do the routine stuff together.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's certain things that we can't take out of our family life, which is like basic things like cooking, who's doing school runs. Even sometimes when it's like going to the shops, there have been times that I've actually said, let's go together, because I know that that's my like little opportunity to spend
Yeah.
time with you in the
Yeah.
car. Or even someone comes to visit us, like a church member, like, and then when you're going to drop them off, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's all jump in the car.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, like, who wants to carry 3 children in their car in the middle of the night to go and drop someone off? But we intentionally do stuff like that because we know that we can take advantage of those things to spend time together. And I know, like, a lot of couples struggle because they feel like, oh, we've not got the time and we're so busy and there's so much to do, and so we can't spend time together. How about just do the routine things together? Do you know what I mean? Because doing the routine things together is also a way of intentionally spending time. Because the truth is, maybe the way your life is set up, you will not have that extra time to do extra things out of like your normal or daily lives. Yeah.
I think it the word that you said intentionally
Yeah.
was something that we weren't doing. We expected it to just be natural.
Yeah.
As we were growing up, we thought like our marriage would be, we just want to spend time together, we would have time to spend together. And then there was a bit of a distance after a while because I was busy doing my stuff, and then when I was free, you were busy doing your
Yeah.
stuff, and then we never actually had time to be with each other.
I think one of the main things that actually started, I wouldn't even say separating us, but just pulling our worlds apart was work.
Yeah. Work.
Because we were actively, because mind you, one of the things that we do together, or maybe say the main thing we do together, is ministry.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like ministry, we're always sort of like
So
together.
every time you see her in the car and she's swinging her arms and just passionately talking about 80% of the time, 80% of the time is
Guys,
to do with church.
if you ever see me anywhere and I look like I'm upset, I'm actually not having an argument with my husband. I'm most likely talking about
She
ministry
swings her arms
because it's probably something it's probably like our most passionate topic, and that's just because it's aligned with our purpose.
Yeah.
But besides that, we have like typical careers, right? And that was something that was like really, I wouldn't even say pulling us apart, but was just taking a lot of our time outside of that, binding thing that we used to do together.
Yeah.
Can we even just thank God for COVID? Because COVID
Wait.
changed the game.
Oh no, you got to be careful the way you say that one.
No, like, I don't mean the illness. I don't mean the illness, but I mean like when we were all in lockdown, and the new dynamic it's brought to the new dynamic is brought to the working environment is so good, because now I think families are actually spending more time together because it's typical for people to work from home.
Yeah, but that's another thing that you can.
And then it also exposes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to be together.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I was mentioning, that it's not always just being in the same house together, because you can be in the same house together but you're still apart. You can be in the same on the same bed and still not be spending time together. You can be on the bed and you're on the phone, or you're on the bed and you're watching a movie
Yeah.
together, but it's not like you're doing it together. It's just like three
Yeah.
separate people
Yeah.
watching. It's like two people in the cinema watching a movie. You and the person next to you are both watching a movie,
But you're not together.
spending time together.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
And I think one of the things that we've intentionally done in our marriage, and you call me out on that a lot, because I'm not even like fighting, like we're not upset or anything, but I'm just so used to sleeping on my right side.
Oh my days.
So when I get in the bed, we've had like one or two conversations, and I just turn to my side and I'm like,
she turns
I
back
just
towards
turn.
me, and then she's on her phone, and that,
Yeah.
and you know what? I didn't say it for a long time.
Yeah.
Until I realized
You called
that
me out
it's
for
not-
it.
It's actually not good.
Mm.
So I started for like a month or two. I started putting my phone away.
Yeah.
Whilst we're in bed, and I still do. Like now, I'm rarely on my phone when we're in bed, unless like I actually need to switch off a little bit. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If I put my phone away, maybe I'll watch a movie or something like that. But just like the swiping and stuff, just trying to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
And then for a month, I was just like trying to be intentional. And then I noticed how often, and I don't know if I was doing this before, and that's probably
You
why I
actually
wasn't
were, so you probably didn't notice, but it was just normal for us to like
so
just chill in bed on our phones or
we'll
whatever.
be on our phones for like half an hour before, if there's anything to talk about, then we talk about it.
Yeah.
But then I realized that that's a half extra hour that
we could actually be spending time together. You remember when we first moved to this house? What was one of the first things I said about the bedroom? I was like, I do not want a TV in our room. And I said that because I thought, okay, if there's no TV in our room,
then we can't just
hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me out.
finish.
I said, okay, if there's no TV in our room, of course we can't just be sitting there looking at the ceiling. We're gonna have to talk. So like that was like my rule of thumb for like a bedroom setting, is not to have a television in there. Until I got pregnant, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm in the bed a lot because I'm feeling tired, and I just couldn't do a lot of things.
And I was doing a lot of things around the house.
And then
in the room.
I was like, oh, I'm just looking at this blank wall. I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore. So instead, what we decided to do was to find shows that we enjoyed together. So
yeah, but even that one,
babe, don't go there, because don't even start.
Even that one.
Because
wait, what do you think I'm gonna say?
What do you think I'm gonna say? Because you sleep.
No, I said I wasn't even gonna go there. I wasn't even gonna go there because recently, what have we been watching?
I don't know.
What have we been watching recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You see? Who's been falling asleep?
What? When you say recently, doesn't mean as a habitual thing?
No, I'm just like recently, like for the past few weeks since we came back from holiday, or started in holiday.
Oh, since we, that couples show. Yeah.
Did you finish it yesterday?
Yesterday. We didn't watch it yesterday.
We did watch it yesterday.
We didn't, babe. Yesterday was the day that I sent you that interview to watch. We didn't watch it yesterday.
You did watch it yesterday, babe.
Well, I'm just saying.
You did watch it yesterday.
The point is, right? But we do find something to watch together.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even gonna mention the sleeping thing. You called yourself out. But what I was gonna say is, even that one, sometimes you watch it without me.
Yeah, because that's because I get into it, and then when I start watching it, then you're behind, and I can't be bothered to like wait for you to keep up with me, so I just go ahead.
Next time, wait for me for the sake of quality time. And this is cool. Live, by the way.
Yeah,
this is us. This is not like we planned. This is live. This is us.
Yeah,
wait for me.
Cool.
Wait for me. And I remember the first time you did that. And it was like, I wanted to watch, I think it was Selling Sunset at that time. And I really wanted to watch it with you. And I was looking forward to it. And I came back and you'd watched everything. And then you were like, oh yeah, let's just watch it again. I don't mind watching it. It's like, no, it's not the same thing. The surprises aren't the same. The comments aren't the same. Like we can't. So yeah, it was just another thing that we just intentionally doing and then spend time. Another thing is like spending time with the kids. Was something that we also had to be very intentional with.
Yeah, our common space is our kitchen. So when we're doing a lot of the cooking, that's where I do their homework. That's where I do a lot of like, I wouldn't even say question time, but you know, like sometimes I'll sit down with the girls and have conversations with them. we do that a lot in the kitchen. So it's more like a communal space where every single day, I remember last week someone came home to get my hair done, and she looked at our dining table and it looked picture perfect. And she was like, I can guarantee you guys don't ever sit at this dining table. And I was like,
every day.
we sit at the dining table every
day.
single day.
Well, every evening.
Every
night
evil,
that we're at
every
home.
I say every evil evening. Every evening during mealtime is a sit down. All of us are at the dining table, phones off, tablets off, nothing. It's time for us to like spend time together. So these are some of the things that we intentionally do to spend quality time, so that we can build that level of intimacy. Because I think the challenge for most couples now is they're sort of like figuring out, why are we not gelling?
Yeah.
Or why are we not like, why don't we seem like the happy bubbly couple? But it's because you've not been intentional about spending time together, getting to know each other, and getting comfortable around each other. Because you would go to some homes and you'd be surprised, like everyone's in their bedroom, everyone's minding their own business, and it's not a healthy environment. Even more especially when you're raising kids. Because I remember, and we had this conversation when I first moved to the UK. I remember growing up, I was so used to being in my room.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first got married, this was like one of the biggest challenges for us, because I was so used to spending time in my bedroom. And when you get up, you just like get out of the room and you're about your business.
Yeah. My family was different. We spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
You spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but I was so used to spending time in my bedroom. So we had like such a difficult time spending time together. I remember I was like, no, you don't spend time to me. And you were like, that's because you're always in the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? So I had to be intentional about coming out of my comfortable space. And I think it's something that couples have to be very intentional about.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the chill type. You just like being in the room, or you just like chilling, but like observe your partner. What do they like doing? And I realized you don't like being in the bedroom at all. I love it. Like I could be in the bedroom the whole day and I'm not sad. I'm not upset. It's my happy chill place.
Yeah, I can't.
I would do everything there, well, except eating, because like I don't like the smell of food in a room.
When I'm in the room,
Yeah.
unless I really need rest, that's fine.
Yeah.
When I'm in the room and it's like it's time to, like I'm not. I just get out of bed.
You just get out. Yeah.
Just get out of bed. Like even if it's not like to do anything productive, I just get out.
Like I would work in my bed and I'll be very productive in my bed. All I need is my laptop and I'm very, very productive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But realizing that that was not your comfortable space, I had to get out of my comfortable space so that we could find a way
to spend time
together. And it didn't end up being our pretty living room, which we thought would be like the binding space for us, but it ended up being the kitchen, and I loved it. I loved that we could spend time together, cooking together, spending time with the girls, and it really, really did feed into that level of intimacy that we had as a couple.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to spend more time in the living room.
We really do, because I'm just looking around thinking, why don't we spend time here? And it's quite a pretty space.
It is nice, but no, I mean, it is. It is. I mean, we spend a lot of time. I think the reason why is we spend a lot of time decorating this room. For visitors, just making sure that visitors are comfortable, and we haven't even had time to like. But this place is for like people who will come to our house and want to sell. But it is what.
And another thing that we just recently, which is not good, because now that we've done it, I've realized it's not good, but we've just recently, why are you looking at my face like that?
Babe, every time you comment,
you always have this anyway,
like I'm anticipating what you're gonna say. Just
what do you feel like I'll catch you off guard?
No. I'm just wondering.
Anyway, so now I'm just gonna talk about us going on holiday.
Oh right, yeah.
We hadn't done that in
3 years.
5 years.
When was the last time we went on?
I was at 4 years. The last time we went on holiday was 2018.
Where did we go?
We went to Spain, because we had just had our first daughter.
We went to Ghana for a few days.
And then we went to Spain. The last place we went together was Spain. We had our daughter. She was about 4 months or so. I think about 4 to 5 months. And then we went on holiday, and that was the last time we went on holiday. And we had been so busy on the grind, working, building the ministry,
Yeah.
of course, having babies. And
Having babies.
no, and it wasn't until a few months ago when I realized this is actually unhealthy
Mm.
because we had been in the space. Well, you like, of course, you had traveled for ministry and stuff like that, but because of the kids, I didn't have that luxury to
Yeah.
travel. And I realized it was so unhealthy because we hadn't like gotten, there's just something about getting out of your physical environment that changes
Yeah.
your emotional well-being. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it can be as simple as, even if you feel like you don't have the means to be traveling outside your country, it can be as simple as even getting a new, maybe like an Airbnb,
Yeah.
or we've done that a few times.
Yeah.
That was like our little
Went to,
staycations that we
Manchester
do
and
where
stuff like that.
would go to another city,
Yeah.
or would just like get a hotel room for the night. There's just something about getting out of that physical space that feeds into your emotional well-being.
Yeah.
So we were really intentional this year about just traveling. And what I loved so much is I recall coming back from holiday. What did I say to you when you came to the room the next day?
Let's go back.
I said, let's go back.
She was acting. Listen, she was acting up.
What do you mean?
I remember, what is it? Was it 2 days ago? I was in the office. And she said, "Hey," with a kiss. And I was like, "Hey," with a kiss. I haven't had that in a long time.
No,
then-
because like
I think it was my first day back in the office.
yeah.
And then I looked at the person next to me, and I said to him, I was like, "My wife just sent me a kiss on text," and he was like, "Why is that weird?" I was like, "She doesn't do that." And he was like, "Oh, why do you think she did that?" And I said, "Oh, it's probably the first time we've been away from each other for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. We've been together,
and stuff like that. And the week before I wasn't in the office.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
that's probably why."
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So it just shows like the importance of quality time. The more time you intentionally try to spend together, it really, really helps. It really, really.
And I think generally for women, like we've had this conversation a lot, and I think maybe one day we'll have an exclusive podcast where we'll talk about like sex and stuff like that. But when we talk about our sex life, which is, and then again it goes back to say that there's no conversation off the table, we actually do talk about our sex. Why are you looking at my face like?
I'm just.
I'm not telling.
Every time I look at your
You
face,
need to fix your face, babe.
every time I look at my face, don't worry about me. Every time I see it on camera, I'll edit it and I'll just put it in you.
Anywho, so just like talking about our sex life, and I remember just talking about the role that intimacy plays even in that, you know, and I think generally for women, like for me, it was such a sweet release when we could just like travel, just spend time together without the kids and in a different environment. Like I felt like I came alive. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the
I
day,
really wanted to take the baby with us.
well, initially because we didn't have the option, and that's another story, but it was, I see why it was good that we didn't go with her.
I was praying.
I know you were very excited because it would have ruined a lot of stuff for you. But yeah, it's cool.
Like I don't want to be mom or dad. I just want to be
And
boyfriend.
yeah.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
it's really important because I think like people have said this over and over again, but when you do get married, and especially after kids come in, you can be so subtly drawn apart from each other because of the kids.
Yeah.
And you're doing things together as a family, you're spending time with the kids, and you think you're having a good marriage, but you don't even realize, or sometimes you underestimate the value of alone time as a couple.
Yeah.
Just going away for those few days. I remember Sunday in church, like we have another friend who was traveling to Dubai on the same day on the Sunday we went to church. Babe, I was this close to, I was like, yeah, Bonnet, let's just get a ticket and let's just go. Like I was that close because just seeing how that had fed into like our intimacy and our bond. I was like, I want to do this a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it might not be troubling for everyone, but be intentional about just spending that time together as a couple.
I think it's just being intentional about time in general.
Yeah.
It's probably the last point that we're gonna make.
Yeah.
Be intentional about every time that you spend, because time is fleeting. Like it will go before you
Everyone's
even think
busy.
about it.
Yeah.
So make quality time with your spouse. make quality time with your kids,
Yeah.
put quality time away for God, be intimate with God. And as time goes on, and quality time with yourself as well, because there are times where you need to be alone. There's times
Yeah.
where you need to study, you need to build yourself, you need to pray. There's things that you need to do for yourself, for your healing,
Yeah.
for your well-being, that if you are intentional with the time that you spend
Yeah.
with all of these things, you see a massive
Yeah.
improvement.
And I love how we're very even intentional about the time that we spend apart from each other.
Yeah.
Because I notice that sometimes you can tell, like, I need time for myself. And
Yeah,
so
I just go downstairs and play
you
it.
you just like leave me alone to be alone, because I need that kind of like refuel to like get back in myself, because sometimes I get lost in my role as a mom, I get lost in my role as a wife, I get lost in my role as, a pastor, and these are the things that like so many other people are demanding from me. And sometimes when you pour and pour and pour and pour out into other people, you can feel empty. And so after a while, it's that kind of like refuel that I need. And I realize that whenever I'm very intentional about even spending time with myself, which is if I'm just spending time in the presence of God, or I just want to chill and just be alone, even sometimes without the kids. And you've been so gracious to me as a husband, and I must commend you for that, for not feeling like the kids are my responsibility.
Yeah.
And so it means that if the kids need attention, then it's like your mom needs to fix that. And I appreciate you for that, because I don't think many people understand the role of both parents, even the role of a father in the kid's life. And sometimes you would just like take all the kids away from me, including the baby, just so that I can have time to myself, because you realize that I need that. And sometimes I'm at my best when I feel full, because I've refueled. Even just like this morning, for example, we had so many things to do, and I knew that I had to be out of bed early to do all of those things, but I could not get out of bed without spending that quality time with God alone, because I knew that in spite of all the things that we had to do, I would have been so frustrated if I hadn't had my quiet time. If I had just like gotten out of bed because, we have these many things to do, I would have been so frustrated. But having that time alone with God fed into the rest of the day. And so even in this moment, even though like we were behind schedule for a lot of things that we wanted to do, I still feel that kind of like refreshing, because I filled myself with what's necessary, or that kind of like fuel that I need to keep going about my day. So
manage your time well. Spend time with the things that you need to spend time with, and
learn how to say no,
and get rid of the things that are wasting your time.
I was gonna say that, because we have even been intentional with our no's. And as hard as it is, we've had to say no in the most difficult times, because we know that that no is necessary for our growth and our personal development.
Exactly.
Even if it was ministry, we've had to say no to certain things, because we knew that we will be stretching ourselves beyond what we're able to give.
So quality time, spend time together. Be together, speak together, talk together, eat together.
Actually, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite time? Like, okay, like you'd have loads, but what's one of the most favorite times that we've spent together that like stands out to you? Don't say anything about sex.
Oh, damn it. Now I gotta think.
Sex doesn't count. Sex doesn't count.
That was so easy. That was such
I knew you would say something like that, but no. What's the most favorite time alone you've had with me in the last maybe 2 to 3 months?
2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. I can go first. Mine 100% is a holiday.
Oh no, holiday.
Yeah,
100%.
That I think.
If you include in the holiday, that's cheating.
That's not cheating.
Oh, the holidays.
Because we hadn't done that in a while. So for me, that was like, no, and I'm even going down to a specific moment in the holiday. So not even like the whole holiday, but there was a day that we just laid in bed and we did. I think it was the Tuesday morning. We just laid in bed, of course, after breakfast, but we were just in bed doing nothing. And as much as like, because you know, like sometimes I'm a bit of a busybody. And I just feel like, because I told you that day, like, how am I in a hotel and I feel like I need to tidy up?
Oh,
And I had
yeah.
and I had to give myself that mental check. I was like, Kukwa, hold on. You're actually on holiday and you don't have to tidy up
Yeah.
because there's actually someone that's going to be knocking on your door in the next 5 minutes to tidy up the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
So just really being intentional about being in each other's presence, just doing nothing. That was so precious to me because we're always on the move. And it was such a precious moment to me.
I like
Yeah.
the food, eating,
That was your most special time with me.
just sitting down and just talking and eating, and just like just
Don't use the
like,
holiday.
no, don't try it. Don't, because I can use it if you can use it.
Cool.
Because obviously the holiday was an actual time
Yeah.
that we had alone. We didn't have to think about the kids or anything. Everything
Yeah.
else that we actually kind of.
No, I'm actually serious. We need to do
There was
this more.
and there was also a part when I got back from Coventry.
Right. You
I got
went
back
on
from
ministry.
and I came.
Yeah.
I'd gone to on ministry somewhere else, and I came back in Coventry and came back, and then I remember just coming back and then just being passionate about something, and then just speaking and
Yeah.
pouring my heart out, and then just
Yeah.
having you just sitting there and listening to me was quite nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we got way over time, more time than we have to.
Okay.
But yeah. Hope you.
That's all we have time for.
I hope you all have a
But
good
the whole
week.
idea is to spend quality time with your partner. Do share, subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Exactly.
I think we're on TikTok as well.
You think?
Yeah, no, we actually on TikTok.
Exactly.
So do share on all platforms, and we'll catch up with you in our next episode. Stay blessed and have a great week. Bye.
Take care. Bye.